Hello, lovely people. Welcome to Glitz and Vows right here on YADTV. My name is Bambi and I'm your host for this show. On this show, we talk to the people who come together to make our wedding days a memorable and a beautiful one. We also discuss about love, relationships, and marriages. Today, I have two prestigious men here with me, but I'll introduce them right after this break. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Glitz and Vows right here on YADTV. Like I said earlier, this show is all about love, relationships, and marriages. Today, we are discussing about a very sensitive and important topic when it comes to saying I do. We have two men of God here with me, and they go by the name Reverend NX Apiateng and Apostle Sunday Salami.
Thank you.
You are both welcome to our studio today.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'll start with you, Apostle. Can you tell us what counseling is?
Yeah. First and foremost, I want to say good morning to all my listeners, my viewers, my audience, wherever you are watching me from. And I also want to thank my host, Bambi. I really love you and I appreciate you for hosting me today. Yeah, so when we are talking about counseling, counseling is a process by which we bring a trainee. We bring somebody who have the experience and who have the professionality to talk to either an individual or a family or a couple in order to resolve a psychological issue. It can be personal. So it's a way of guiding people. It's a talk therapy. It's a way of helping people out in life, not to make a mistake or not to crash on the way. It's a way we guide people, we show them the way forward so that they will not be stagnant or they will not experience setback in life. So marriage is a big thing, and counseling is very, very important when it comes to marriage.
Okay. How long have you been counseling?
By the grace of God, I would say I've been counseling for over 19 years. By God's grace, yes. I've counseled a lot of people internationally and then within the country.
Okay.
Yes.
Why is counseling needed? Is it important to do counseling before getting married?
Yes, it's very, very important. Just as you learn how to drive before you jump into the car, other than that, you are going to maybe create a lot of damages and you can even kill yourself. That is how it's also important for us to go for counseling before we go into marriage. You will discover that marriage is one of the sensitive parts in our life. And because people don't take it serious and they always have problem of divorce in our society. So I advise that we go for counseling so that our mind can be mature and we can be prepared for what we are about to enter into. It's not a try and error thing. Yes, marriage is for life, like we used to say in the vow, for better, for worse, and all those things. So it's very, very important that we all get counseled. God bless you.
Apostle, when would you say a couple is ready for counseling?
Yeah. As for my own area of understanding, I want to say that counseling doesn't have a specific time because people are blessed differently. Some people get married when they are in their 20s. Some get married in their 30s. Some even in their 50s, 40s. So there's no age about counseling. But what I will encourage is that every time you get the opportunity to learn, to be counseled, take advantage. It's not until when you are even coming to marry. Even before you start dating, courting, you can start learning, getting idea. If you don't want to go through the formal way of counseling, you can start with the informal, like learning from your parents, learning from the environment where you live, the church. You see what is going on. So all these things prepare your mind, because in the olden days, some people don't have the opportunity to go through this kind of technical counseling, but through the way their parents live, they saw how they behave, they saw the way they do things. So informally, they were able to learn And by God's grace, some of them are living well. So knowledge is power. That's why the Bible says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. So in all you're getting, get wisdom. In all you're getting, our advice before you go into marriage, get counseling. God bless you.
Would you like to add something to it?
Yeah, it is true. One thing I'll add, I know for me, even some years back, that time I was just a young guy. Even I don't know anything about God. But I get opportunity to stay with a king. And I used to go with him whenever he's going to do any meeting with others. So I learned a lot of things when it comes to marriage issues and this and that. And it helps me. So when I was at my tender age, I even canceled some marriages. Those who are in marriage, meanwhile, I don't know anything about marriage. But because of that wisdom, that knowledge that I acquire from that my father, it helps me also to help them. And as I'm talking to you now I'm even a man of God. But as I'm talking to you, still the marriage is ongoing. And you see, it's a techniques whereby I get that experience. I go, if it is you, I'll come to you. Then I find another way, then go to the other man and find a story. Before I say that, then I put them together. So you see, so it's very important whenever we talk about counseling. If not, so maybe that marriage have been collapsed. Even though I was a child, but the knowledge I got has helped them.
Thank you. Apostle,
Yes,
how long does it take to finish counseling a couple?
Yeah, actually, I would advise the period of 3 months. Yeah, those days took a long time for people to be counseled. And because we are in a technological era, people are not able to be patient to wait for long. As a matter of fact, sometimes even in the waiting, some other things happen. There's change of geographical relocation. Sometimes this person will move out of. So because of that, when we see people who are in love and they want to continue, we try to encourage them. Within the space of 3 months, we are able to counsel them and then help them to understand the background and understand what all it entails in marriage. So within that time, they are mature, their mind is set, they are prepared, and they know what they are going in for.
After the 3 months, it's still they are still not prepared.
Mm-hmm.
What if after that 10 months they are not prepared? What will you do about it?
Yeah, actually, I would say that knowledge does not have limitation. Yeah, if they are not prepared after 3 months, what you have already given them will suffice them. Because at the space of that 3 months, we are not just talking in vain. We don't speak to the air. We talk to somebody. We speak to their soul. We speak to their mind. We speak to their spirit. And we try to let them understand each other, because the book of Amos 3:3 said, two cannot work together except they agree. So in that counseling period, within that 3 month space, we make them try to understand each other, to know why they should be together, why they should be one. As the Bible says, the two shall become one. So we try to bring them together to let their soul, their spirit, their mind to be connected. So even if after 3 months they are not in that counseling unit, what they have learned, what they have gone through, the counseling process, it will still be in their mind.
Okay.
Yes.
The little I'll add to it is, let's look at it this way. It's not about the time, but what I see it is the seriousness of the person who is coming to the counseling. For example, I just gave you, like my own. It was just 1-2 days work. 1-2-3 days work. And I put them together. You understand? So because they were able to take what I gave them, now they have succeeded. So somebody, it may be 6 months. And one thing here we should understand, the reason why we are counseling them is to get a good marriage. So if I look at what I heard from the other couple, the other person, or the other person, and it doesn't click, that doesn't mean I should give them the opportunity, or I should say the 6 months is okay, so they should go and marry. Because at the end of the day, it will come back to me, the counselor. So I have to make sure that what I sow in them, I will reap something better before I can say, now you can go and marry. But we just give that time frame so that at least if you are preparing your date or something or that, then that will help you so that you give out your day. So as for the counseling, even if your head is not working, it can be 2 years. And depending on you, how you are serious with, because you are not ready to marry. Why did you come for the counseling?
Sure. Thank you. Apostle, how do you do counseling? Do you do it one-on-one or
Yeah,
do you both at the
we
same time?
have a different way of counseling. We have one-on-one counseling.
Okay.
Yeah, that is, we call it an individual counseling. When you, the counselor, you sit with one of the persons involved in the counseling. And then we have the collective one. That is why from my definition, I say it's a process where we meet, we the professionals, we meet with an individual. It can also be a family. Sometimes we even counsel the whole family. Sometimes we counsel the husband and the wife. Some people want to be private. They want to come out on themselves. When there's somebody there, they don't feel free to talk. So they only want to confide in you, the counselor. Maybe there's some past life, some kind of things. That's why I said counseling should not be judgmental, but it should be confidential, because you give room for the person to bring out what is inside the person, and then you see how to help the person a way forward in life. So sometimes some people want you to talk to them personally, even if you are going to talk to them in collective group, but they want to have a personal session with you. So we give room for that. So sometimes I can decide to have counseling with the man when it comes to area of sex and other things. Maybe you don't want the lady to understand what you are talking. Marriage, when you are going inside, you have to be serious. It's not like now, some people, they don't stay in the house. Young men, they always walk up and down. So you tell them, now that you're coming to marry, you become responsible. You have to be available for your wife, for your family. If God bless you with children, it's not that you'll be jumping like cat and this thing up and down. Yes, like monkey and banana on the tree. Now you have to be focused. Yes, then sometimes too, we talk to the woman personally. We let them understand that they have to submit to their husband. Some people, where they grow from, the family they came out from, maybe they don't see themselves as somebody that should come under a man. Now you are coming to get married. So we try to expose. That's why I say counseling is a lot. So I will advise all my viewers, my listeners, to try and make it a point to be counseled before go into marriage. Because it's just like I said, when you are going to drive, you have to have an experience to hold the steering, to move, to accelerate. Other than that, you create a lot of harm. Then you can even kill people and kill yourself. So counseling is very, 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 very important. We can do it collectively. We can do it for a single person, one-to-one, and then we can do it for a family. Yeah, just whatever the case is, we'll try to make sure that we bring a solution. The final result is to bring a solution and a way forward. Because it's not something that you just enter and then you come out. Some people have a lot of issues, and if they don't have somebody they can confide in, they don't want to pour it out.
So what are some of the issues and experiences you have?
Yes, sometimes people will come, they will tell you that I've married before and I don't want this person to know. So you as a counselor, it has become a big question for you now. How are you going to go about it? So you also have to counsel the person to let the person know that, okay, if the person don't know today and he come to know tomorrow, you understand that? So that is why counseling is very, very important. So in that case, I will try to tell the person, what you are saying is for your defense, but can it last longer? Because if this other partner get to know that, okay, maybe you have kid with somebody before, and one day the thing just came out, and then that person now realize all the trust, all the love,
it's all gone.
Yeah.
it's all gone.
Yeah.
So most times we try to be naked when we come before counseling, so that at least you'll be able to know this is the person I'm going with.
Okay.
If it is the will of God, let it be done. It's not what we go through, and then tomorrow it will create a lot of fight, problem. You see family, even people kill people. I've seen a lot whereby you see they will rush themselves to police station after they have hurt themselves. Some can even take a knife. I've been in a case where I see a lady stab the guy.
Really?
He said the guy was having another wife without her knowledge, her consent, and she has been the one providing for the family. When she even give money, the guy will still take the money and go and give the. Do you understand it now? But if the guy had come from the open and say, "Oh, love, please, so I was having an S before. This is where and this is how." So at least everybody knows there will be a covering. You understand it now? So that is where counseling is very, very important. So it will help you, it will guide you, and it will really make you be in the right path, so that tomorrow you don't have any problem to face. God bless you.
Apostle, can you advise young couples who are here to be counseled and get married?
Yes. My answer is 100% yes. I would say where there is no counseling, the people will perish. Because even the Bible says in the book of Proverbs 11 and verse 14, it said where there is no counseling, the people will fall. But in the multitude of counseling, there is safety. So I will advise the youth, not only the youth, because some people don't get the luck, like I told you. You see them, they are already mature. Some even have beard and they are old, but they are not married. But that is not the end of life. There is still hope. Me, I believe that there is no age for God to bless somebody. God can decide to bless you in your middle age, in your old age, even in your yes. So I want to say that everybody should get the opportunity to be counseled. Yes, prepare yourself for it. Don't just jump into it. But it's a process where you prepare yourself and you get your mindset that you want to go into this. So I will advise.
Okay, thank you. Reverend, what advice would you give to?
I think advice that I would give to our viewers who are watching us and the youth coming, that they should know when we talk about counseling, it's very important. And today we are talking about marriage. Counseling has a lot of branches depending on the issue ahead of you. But we are talking about marriage now. So you should know that it's very important, because if counsel is not involved, you may break down on the way. And when you break down, you don't have any idea, any knowledge to repair your car and move on. So that's why we need counsel very seriously. Everybody have to be counseled. And my main point is, before you come to the counselor, you go to the counselor for him to counsel you. Make sure you counsel yourself in the house before coming. And the reason is, you sight down your mind. The reason why you are coming, so that whatever we give you, because it's a therapy. And if you are not ready for it, it won't work for you. That's why early stage I said it can be 2 years, it can be 1 year, depending on you. So the reason why you are coming for the counseling is very important, so that you achieve the aim that you are looking forward to.
Okay,
Thank you.
So lovely viewers, you heard them loud and clear. Before counseling, counsel yourself. This will be all for this segment. We'll be right back after this break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. If you are just joining in, this is still Glitz and Vows right here on YADTV. Earlier we had intense conversations about marriage counseling. Right about now, we are moving straight to the next segment, which is the topic of the day. Let's listen to the audio.
Hello, Bambi. I've been married to my wife for 5 years now. She's always been the love of my life. When I met her, she was going through a serious heartbreak, and I was able to convince her to love me. I treated her well, loved her unconditionally. Everything she wanted, I gave to her because she's a good woman. Bambi, my wife started being distant about a month ago. I kept asking if I did anything wrong, but she said no. Last week, she woke up and started packing her things. When I asked where she was headed to, she ignored me and left. After all, my pleading proved futile. She later on sent me a message in the evening that day saying that her ex has come back to beg them to come together. And she says she still loves him and he's the love of her life. I know my wife is making a very big mistake because I know that guy. He will hurt her again. I love her so much and I'm not willing to divorce her. Bambi, please help me.
So that was the audio from a very worried married man. Let's listen to what Reverend will say about this.
Bambi, thank you once again. And I thank God Almighty for giving us this day and giving us the opportunity to be here this morning. And this morning, let me greet my papa, my holy papa, who took me from the wilderness, and now I'm in the grace. That's my apostle, Felix Kwame Apiatin. Papa, wherever you are this morning, I greet you. God richly bless you. Then to my audience and my viewers, I say good morning to you all this morning as you have taken your time listening to this particular program. And not forgetting, like there will be a problem in the house. My beautiful wife who have been there for me, supporting me in all my doings. And I say, God bless her. That's Mrs. Ruth. Who are appearing. My dear, I love you. I love you. God bless you. Then also to you, Bambi, God bless you for giving us this opportunity to come onto this platform. And we are grateful. God bless you for the good work that you are doing for the nation, Ghana, and the world. God richly bless you. And this morning too, you are looking very beautiful.
Thank you.
We thank God. But to the audio, before I go to the main thing, let me say, the man says something, and I want to address that particular thing, that the lady was heartbroken. And he convinced her for the lady to love him. And I'm telling him that the lady did not love him. And she will never love him. Yes. The reason is the lady is in pain. And whenever somebody is in pain, it's different from the way she thinks or he thinks. And when the person is out of the pain too, it's different from the way he thinks and the way he do his things. So that time is because of the pain that she's going through. So she accepted him as a friend, but not a love as he claims to be. If it was so, it won't get to this. That is the main point I will talk about. Yes. But Bambi, you know what? This thing is going on and on in this world. Yes. Because the olden days styles is different from now what we are doing. Yes. Well, whenever a man decides to marry, there's one thing he should know. Amen. There's one thing he should do what? He should know. And that is what the Bible talks about. And if you read the book of Hebrews, chapter number 13, the verse number 4, the Bible says, marriage should be honored by all. And the marriage bed kept pure. For God will judge adulterer and all sexual immoral. So here, there is something I see in the story our brother just tell us. And what I see is the intimacy between the two of them. Because everything the lady wants, he gives to her. He loves her. He said he is the love of his life. So you can imagine how he would treat the lady. But yet still, this lady is not happy. But to move to an ex. If the ex was good for you, will he leave you? So it means there is a cross somewhere. And that's why I read this particular scripture. If you don't honor marriage, you get problem. The problem you get is the punish. That's why he said, and God will punish adulterer and all sexual immoral. And the first one I read, he said, by all, marriage should be honored by what? All means those who are married and those who are not married. But now, the young ones will say, oh, yes, same, oh, let me see. You see? Aha. I have more time. Let me enjoy myself a little before I get married, before I will marry. So you see? And you forget that when you throw a ball, it comes back to you. As Galatians also says, what a man reaps is what he sows. What he sows is what he reaps. So that particular same that you are a same, it will now rather come back to you. So because the lady was having an affair earlier, there's a difference between that man and that the husband and that former guy. There's a difference between them, and that difference is the stuff any man is having. All our stuffs are not equal. And the food that your mother will give to you, when you taste that food, you know that this is the food I like. You know that. But if you don't know how to eat that food, when somebody give you, will you mind? You won't even be happy to go and take it. So because of that, you see, there is a story. There is a movie story which I watched and I was very say, hey, wow. They call the man 2 minutes man. He and the wife have been stayed for a long time, and the woman is enjoying the marriage. Every sex the man does, the woman is okay with it. So one particular day, armed robbers, attacked them. And when they came for money, they didn't get the money. So out of that, the leader of the armed robber makes sex with the woman. And the woman thought, according to the woman, she said she thought by 2 minutes time, the armed robber will finish. Because that's what the husband have been doing. So he think that's why it is. Because he haven't seen any man before, and she's enjoying that 2 minutes. So that very day, if she found out that 15 minutes, still this guy is on me, then the lady said she now feels that she's a woman. She feels something. You see? So the marriage almost collapsed from that particular day. Because the lady have tasted something different from what she has been enjoying. Thank God. But later, things were resolved.
What's your advice?
Good. My advice to the man is very simple. But all that I want our viewers and our listeners also to take notice or advice from it. That's why I'm pointing this. There is a punishment. Anything that you do, it will come back to you. So here, it will be like, for what the man have done before, that is the punishment he is receiving now. And the lady too, for what he have been enjoying before, that have taken from the marriage that she is also enjoying, and she doesn't know what is going to happen next with the person that he's going to back. But as for the man, the only remedy I'll have for him is to come to Christ, is to seek for Christ, is to seek the face of Christ. The love that you have been giving to that lady called the wife, you should give that love to Jesus Christ. And he is the only remedy for such situations. Because anybody can fall, anybody can do a mistake. But when Christ is in, he can take a mistake to become a good thing.
Yes.
You understand? Good. So things that are spoiled is what God used to change somebody's situation. So that's the advice I'll give to him.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you
Apostle,
too.
What would you like to add? What advice would you give to the young man?
I'm so much happy. I'm so much grateful for my audience and all those who are viewing this program. I also want to appreciate our wonderful host. In fact, you are more beautiful. We love you, and then we want to see more of you. Yeah, my co-pastor. He has said something very interesting, and I know all our viewers, their ears is open. Boom! They want to be like, wow, the armed robber and somebody's wife. Well, I think I have a lot to say. Yeah, but because of time, I'm going to hit the right point. Once again, I want to appreciate all my family, my wife, my only one and beloved wife. She's watching me. I also want to appreciate my Mama Eunice in US, and I also appreciate my mother in Nigeria. I know they are all enjoying the program this morning. Thank you all, and all my brethren, my church members, all the students of Marital University. I told them that I'm coming here too. They are all watching me, and all the lecturers. I love you guys. Yeah. So as our brother said, our pastor said earlier, I don't want to stand on only that point, because it may not only be because of sex. That's why the lady left the first man. So we have what we call communication skills when it comes to counseling. Sometimes it's all about communication. It may be that they don't have understanding of each other very well. That's why the lady was able to go to meet another person. And that's why Amos 3:3 said, two cannot work together except they agree. And where there is no understanding, the love will not stand. So it may not be only because of sex, although sex is one of it. It can be because of finance. Because this other guy now say that he's providing everything for the girl. Maybe the first guy was doing sex, but he was not providing money. So you will see that in all, there is something lacking. So nobody can have everything. So that's why counseling is very, very important. You, for the ladies, you have to be contented with whatever God gives you. That is what I'm going to say, because contentment brings peace, blessing, and comfort. Now you left this other guy, maybe because of one reason or the other. Now you are coming back. That is to say, nobody is an ocean on itself. Somebody will be blessed in one area and it may not be blessed in the other area. The only person who has everything is God. So I will advise, before you go far in marriage, come for counseling. The both of you come and get more understanding. Other than that, this lady will still leave this man again. After going back to this other man, he will still get another person that would have another thing to take her away. And it will continue like that. That's why we see breaking in marriages, divorce. You see somebody who marry this, tomorrow he has given birth, he will leave the man and go and remarry another person. Maybe this person have car, and the next person have more than car. He have a house. Maybe the former one they were renting. So if there's no contentment, you realize that it's going to create a lot of problem. And that is the reason why counseling is very, very important. If there was counseling for Cain, he wouldn't have killed his brother Abel. Because when God saw what Abel brought, God accepted Abel and the sacrifice. But God rejected Cain because of his character. If Cain had got an opportunity to be cancelled, he wouldn't have taken anger and killed his brother. He would have also learned and see what Abel did for God to receive him, according to Genesis chapter 4. You understand it? So God received Abel, he received the sacrifice. And that was why he was accepted. But Cain was not accepted. His sacrifice was not accepted. Cain should have, okay, what did my brother do that made God accept? If he was able to get counsel, you understand it? So he wouldn't have killed his brother. So today, people are killing each other because they are not able to undergo counseling. They don't have understanding of what they are going into. If the lady had understanding that as I'm with one man, I'm supposed to be with this man. I'm not supposed to leave this man because of this. That's why we say marriage is for better and for people don't like the other side. So if you are in the relationship, today is sweet. It was sweet when she was there. And maybe after some time, it was not getting sweet. And she now went to this guy. Now when she went to this guy, 5 years now, she has realized that something is not sweet. She's now running back. So we must learn to adapt in marriage. We must learn to understand each other. We must also know that love is sacrifice. You understand it? And to the other man who thought this woman have left him for the ex, maybe there is a lot of things he's not doing, like our pastor said. Because women, you can't finish satisfying women. Women are full of needs. All their body is full of needs. That's why you can see, because if a woman, you see a man will be walking as if somebody is pursuing him. Sometimes you see a man, somebody who used to walk slow before, when the person gets married, he start walking like as if it's a car, or there's an acceleration. Because the woman life, the way God has created them, you understand it. So every man must understand that when you are married, you should be able to get up to some responsibility. When it comes to sex, when it comes to providing for the family, when it comes to showing love, communication, all those things should be provided. Other than that, these people will get it somewhere. You understand it? And finally, because of time, I want to say that we should not only depend on our ability, on our strength. Some people used to think because they have money, they can go and marry. It may not be because of the money that the lady is coming. If the lady comes because of the money, the day the money will finish, she will go. So we have to trust God in everything we do. Because the Bible says, except the Lord builds the house, the laborer, they labor in vain. You see? So except the Lord watch over the city. If the Lord did not build it, if the Lord did not establish it, if the blessing of God is not in it, it is going to be all back to square zero. You may have macho, you may have money, you may have cash, you may have this, but if the love of God is not inside, if the blessing of God is not inside, I've seen rich men who at the end of the day, their wife go and marry poor person. So what about that? You understand it? So if God is not involved, that's why the Bible says, he that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtain favor from the Lord. Other than that, there will be a lot of problem. You see this person, today is in this place, tomorrow is in with this man, tomorrow, I know a lot of stars, even in our nation, Ghana, and outside the country, who have married and married and married. They thought marrying would bring the solution. They thought breaking divorce would bring, but still it's creating more problem. And whatever we want to do, we have to think about the future. We have to think about our children. We have to think about people who are also looking at us. They want to learn from us. They want to, you think about your family. Whatever you do today, it can become somebody's solution tomorrow. And it can also become somebody's problem tomorrow. Look at Solomon. He sought counsel from God. He sought wisdom. And when God gave him the wisdom, he stopped there. He didn't continue with God again. When God gave him the wisdom, God also blessed him with everything he needed, riches and everything. But at the end of the day, that was the only place we read where Solomon got wisdom. That was counsel. But he's supposed to continue. That's why I advise that counseling shouldn't be one-time thing. Even when you are married, you can still have counsel. Yes, you have some counseling time. So that you will learn more and get more experience. At the end of the day, what happened to Solomon? He did not even marry only 2, 3. So he went ahead, 700, 300. including concubines.
Yes.
You understand it now. What is he looking for? At the end of the it all, he said vanity upon vanity. All is vanity. When you leave God, I'm telling you, you lose everything. So you can't do it by yourself. You can't do it by your making. Like our pastor said, that guy need to first go back to God in prayers. Is he sure that the lady he took is not somebody's wife? Because as you have gone to take somebody's wife because of the broken heart, maybe that time he was supposed to advise the lady, help the lady in that situation to go back to the earth. But he took advantage, and a lot of men are taking advantage today. When they see somebody in situation, maybe the person is in need, and there's a pastor friend that they were in hot situation because of their accommodation, their rent, and somebody got money and paid for the wife for the accommodation, and the wife called the husband in the night that, hey, somebody have paid the house for me, so leave. And he sacked the husband automatically. And now, could you believe that that woman are married to that man who paid for them?
Wow.
You see, how are you sure that tomorrow this woman will not also do something that will destroy this man? Because maybe there will be a need one day, another person will come and provide, and she will go. So that is why we need a lot of counseling. We need to talk to people, we need to advise them, and let them understand that marriage is honorable with bed on the fire.
Thank you, Apostle. So that was the best wedding video of the week. A very beautiful and classy wedding, of course. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below, and also all what we discussed. Let me know your views. Thank you, Reverend and Apostle, for coming here today.
Thank you.
God bless you.
YADTV, bridging continent.